Hi, my name is Sienna Reed, and this is my audience. Okay. So growing up in my family, we always had cats and dogs and other occasional fish, but just never any type of reptile. My mother was scared of snakes or anything that required more work than just feeding and playing with. When I moved out on my own, I didn't have a pet to call my own. I made my way down to the local pet store. Not knowing what I really wanted, but needing to find a pet that could stay home by itself for long periods of time when I was at work was something that was necessary. When I walked around, I came to the reptile section and saw this cute little guy waving and dancing on the glass, desperately trying to get my attention. I asked the attendant what he was, and he replied, "He's a bearded dragon." I knew from that moment that I wanted him. It was going to be the best reptile owner I could be. To be the best reptile mom I can be, I had to do a lot of research on my new pet and make sure that I was able to care for him in his new home. When I started researching bearded dragons, I came to find that bearded dragons are known to be one of the best reptiles to own as pets. They are easy to take care of, and they live to be up to 15 years old. And bearded dragons are known to be very docile and sweet to their owners. To begin, I would like to go into detail about how easy bearded dragons are to take care of. They require only heating lamp and UV lighting, and according to thebeardeddragon.org, the basking light is very important as it is the light that provides heat to your bearded dragon. Because reptiles can't regulate their own body temperature, it's important to make sure that they have a place to stay warm. They are omnivorous animals, so they eat anything from crickets to veggies and fruits. They eat once to twice a day, depending on how big their meals are. And they live their whole life in a glass terrarium, so there's not a lot of upkeep when it comes to having to make sure that they have enough room to grow. And then when they get big enough, they can also just roam around your house. Bearded dragons, along with being easy to take care of, have a long life expectancy. Bearded dragons can live up to 15 years as pets. Due to the long lifespan, you really have to consider that it's going to be a commitment. Most stores will sell them within their first 2 weeks of life, so you have them for their entire 15 years. Captivity is ideal for the long life because there are few risks inside the contained environment that we have them in. Papago Papaganda website says that a well-balanced diet will promote health. There are no predators or health risks in a terrarium. Things that can shorten lifespans for bearded dragons are when they are territorial towards other bearded dragons. Reproducing out in the wild also greatly reduces lifespan. By keeping just one solitary bearded dragon, there is no risk for territorial disputes or issues with passing diseases. Knowing that you potentially might have a pet for 15 years, it's good to know that bearded dragons are known to be the friendliest reptiles. In an article posted by Animal Planet, they state the adults will often appear to enjoy human company, making bearded dragons one of the better reptilian pets. They should be handled every day when you first get them for about 30 minutes to ensure that there's a bond between the dragon and the owner. Once they are comfortable around their new home, you'll see that they'll relax more, they'll want to be around you more, and they also can recognize your voice and even learn their names. So if you also want to train them for when feeding time is, if you use certain tones or you say certain words, then they might even know that it's time to eat. And then when they get older, people can also just take them around as pets like you would a dog. You can walk them, you can put them on leashes, or you can carry them on your shoulders. The reason why they're also known to be some of the best reptiles to have is they're not notorious for being aggressive or biting. Because of their diet, they don't tend to want to chase after things or see things as prey that aren't prey. So when considering a new pet, just know that there are more to choose from cats and dogs. Reptiles are a very good option. With such an easier terrarium setup, a diet that's sustainable and such a long lifespan, a bearded dragon is a great investment when looking for a pet. And then this is my audience.